Good day, Minecraft. Hello, sheep. Where did you even come from? Good day, Minecraftians. Purplementat here with episode 10 of Sevtech Ages, and we're finally into Age 1. Yay! The best part about Age 1 is we've unlocked, effectively, basic Minecraft. We can get a crafting table, and a chest, and a furnace. Not that we're probably going to use the furnace, but definitely the crafting table is the very first thing that we're going to be making, so that we no longer have to bang things with... Really? Really? Game? But... Ah, that's amazing. I'm doing it wrong. Crafting table. Oh, I can't bang it together. I actually have to craft it in my inventory, huh? I guess that makes sense. That's so hilarious. Right at the end there. Right when we're about to, I thought we were about to finish. Oh well, that's fine. Goodbye, work stumps. Goodbye, rock. We have a real crafting table that we're going to be using from now on. And along with a real crafting table comes real chests. Admittedly, they're regular chests, which means double chests right now. They don't stack next to each other quite as well as these do, but instead of having only 14 inventory each one has 27, which is going to be far, far nicer, even if we have to double them up like that and put some space in between them to make them work. So the first thing I'm going to do is reorganize everything to make use of the new boxes, because that's going to make my life just nicer. I'm going to enjoy it more when I have access to regular storage and a regular crafting table. So let me finish cleaning up the mess I just made by throwing everything everywhere in my excitement to have a regular chest option. And then we'll get started on something real. Alright, isn't that nicer? We've got, you know, standard Minecraft double chest, and we've got a nice crafting table, and, well, once I spend a little bit more time organizing, we'll be rid of this cart entirely. In fact, I can probably get rid of most of it right now, can't I? Yeah, I can. We'll be rid of our cart entirely in just a moment here. Oh, no, you don't go there. I've got a separate chest for creature drops, animal stuff, rather than having it all in these one farming, ranching, etc. area. There. Go away. Toss you in here. We've got a tools chest for just random bits of whatever. Yeah. I'm excited to be moving past where we were at with storage and everything else. It's very nice to be moving on up a touch. Getting access to cooler stuff. You, go away. Excellent. That'll do for the time being. Now, we've got a lot of options that have opened up to us. But the first thing that I would really like to do is get the stirring the pot going. And to do that, was it the basin? I think it was a basin, right? Yeah. Yeah, the wooden basin. To do that, we're going to need some logs and some sticks to make one. But now that we've got the ability to just click things in, that's just... that's so much nicer. And, we've got a couple of options on where we want to set this up. We could stick it in the same general area as everything else, and that's got some benefit to it, but then we would need to bring our water to it in the long run. And, well, honestly, we've got options for bringing water to it. I should probably check into making that happen a bit better. But with the basin, we can start mixing things. I believe we right-click them in there and then add water and then you stir. So, for example, let me go grab some of that rawhide and some of that salt. Rawhides. I do have hide, right? Yep, there we go. Rawhide and salt. Because this is something that you've probably already made a bunch of. You know exactly how annoying it can be to craft large amounts of this by hand. Well, now you've got a much better option. because you can put in 1, 2, 3, 4 water and then stir. Bing. And then you get some experience. You get salted hide. It's a more efficient use of your salt. It's a more efficient use of your time than trying to click things all over the place. And if I've got my suspicions correct, we'll be able to set up piping to fill this for us. So I'm going to look into that and make sure that I've got that figured out properly, and then we're going to try to set it up so that the basin gets filled. Okie dokie. I made myself some more of those porcelain bricks so that we could try out the channel and see if that is going to allow us to effectively pipe water out of a barrel and into the wooden basin. And you know what? Let's grab, there we go, a lid and move everything back near the bed because I've been starting to record right as it hits nighttime repeatedly today. And just been that sort of recording session, I guess. So, snoozle. Oh. Poof. And let's see. We'll put down our barrel and try out this channel thing. Oops. Okay, so set side to flow inwards. Okay, so it should be attempting to flow inwards from there. It's loud flowing on side. I have to be up at the same or huh. It is not being convenient for, I think it's attempting to connect to the barrel. Flow outwards, flow inwards. Alright, so then if I set you there, that's not quite right. It didn't like that, but if I put a dirt block down first, then you can be set to flow outwards, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't actually just flow on its own. Darn. So that's not an option. So much for that idea. Alright, so we're going to need to basically fill the basin by hand at the moment, as far as I can tell. The only other potential possibility is to get our hands on some smooth stone and try out aqueducts, but aqueducts aren't really intended to work as a way of filling up a inventory. They're just meant for moving water long distances and providing a fake refillable source block. So let's go ahead and make ourselves 3 aqueducts. I thought that's how it went. There you go. Oh, actually, that's 9 aqueducts. Even better! And we're going to go ahead and dig ourselves a little channel right here for our aqueducts. Advancement get aqueduct. Should be able to put a dirt there. And now that that is a filled aqueduct, I should be able to make grab water out of it without, yeah, trouble. Fantastic, huh? And it looks like this guy can hold a decent bit of water. So that's cool. Let's see about, can we have the channel grab water out of the aqueduct? No. Ooh, kinda. We kinda can. It'd be great if I could, like, set up a barrel to refill itself, making use of aqueducts in some way. But I'm not seeing how to do that, unfortunately. Oh well. let's see about a faucet, because there does mention in the advancements that pour liquids onto the channel using a normal or porcelain faucet. And those are made with the same general Tinker's Constructs stuff, as this is basically, all of this is similar to Tinker's. Alright, so let's see if we can do like that. Oh, nope. Okay. How about like this? Testing live with purple mentat. Hey, give me that back. Flow outwards. Faucet there. Hey, that does work. That's cool. Takes a while to move one bucket over, though. Actually, it's not moving just one bucket, it's filling it up entirely, which I think was like 4 buckets? Pretty happy about that, actually. Now, for the next trick, could we stick the faucet on an aqueduct somehow? Probably not. We probably still need to fill the barrel by hand. Here, let me grab the barrel and the faucet. And let me poke around at this a little bit, and I'll come back and share with you if we have any success. Okay, so I haven't been able to find a way to make the channels and the faucets play as nicely as I would love them to with the aqueduct, but what we can do is we can set up a little mixing station, basically, and have our water barrel pour the water directly in, and with the aqueduct right here, we have easy access to refilling our water barrels without nearly as much effort as we would otherwise need to put in. So that's something. It is easier. It's not perfect yet, but we can't let perfect be the enemy of good here. It is a significant improvement over what we were working with. Where'd my salt go? There we go. Let's see. And I think, oops, pull one of them out, put a salt in. I think that it'll only use 1 bucket of water to do this. That's correct. You used 1 bucket of water, and now there's still 2 more buckets of water in there. So it's definitely a significant improvement on what we were working with before. Much easier to get lots of hide done. Also, and more importantly, now we can make our flour into bread in a relatively fast and efficient way. Well, into dough, which we can then cook into bread in a relatively fast and efficient way. We won't use up nearly as much salt making our bread as we would before, which was a bit of an issue. And actually, if we keep the, we basically just keep the barrel flowing, then we can work on mixing while the water flows in. So that's pretty cool. It's something. It still could be better and will be better in the future, but it's definitely improved our efficiency for mixing things together. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I still want to go hunt more shadow creatures and actually make use of one of those whoppers. But we've got other options instead of the whoppers now, because we've got access to pipes. Dung pipe to pull items out of a block, or a sewer pipe to pull through solid block. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pipes that we have. The dung pipe being made with slabs or sides and a bit of plank. Let me grab my planks out. Didn't I have a ton of dark oak planks? I must have used them all. That's okay. I've had my horse over here working on chopping up more for me. So, if we want to have a better option for extracting from our grill and our kilns and such, we can make these dung pipes and smack them like that right on the front, and it just pulls everything right out. If I'm correct, we could have that then feeding into a hopper right there, which would then feed into into a whopper, I guess, which would then feed into a chest. I'm vaguely concerned about things catching fire if I do that. I guess I haven't thought about it in that level of detail. But then we could also potentially put a whopper above the grill feeding into it and have things somewhat automated. So let me go set that up and see if anything catches fire. And yes, there's definitely a weirdness that these are dung pipes and sewer pipes, but it's what we have access to, and it's really the whole point of the mod, is to be able to have early game item movement. I think that this is a way to get your dung out of the like your animals, because I think that there's dung available from Better with Mods, but that's operating half off memory and I'm not certain. And ow, hi zombie. This is why you should always sleep through the nights, or at least set up a battle totem near the entrance to your base and wall off anywhere that you don't want to be fighting. Probably also a great idea. Okay, I double-checked that the dung pipes and the chests and the wooden hoppers weren't going to burn down immediately, and that they would do a good job of allowing you to throw, for example, a few cobblestone into the top of one of the wooden whoppers on the side, and have it cook into smooth stone that ends up in that chest. So, now we've got a grill for our food, as well as 2 kilns automated, and they basically all process, it seems, at about furnace speed. So we don't need to worry too much about making a regular furnace unless we need it for a different crafting recipe, because these don't cost fuel. So why would we, right? Lots of feathers. We're going to need so many feathers. Actually, I don't know if we're going to... I think we're going to need so many feathers because, you know, arrows. But apparently we need stage 2 or stage Baycock for that. So, Maybe we won't be making use of feathers anytime soon. Oh well. Better to gather them now than need them later and not have spent the time gathering them earlier. Right? Something like that? That makes sense. So yeah. There we go. Now we're pumping our dough into our grill, and the bread will pop out as soon as it's ready, and then end up in the box. Fantastic. The final quick and easy convenience of having reached age 1 is now we can finally craft a proper Minecraft hoe and fill in all of those gaps in our garden that have been around for so long. And apparently get tomato seeds, because awesome. I was expecting needed to trade for those at some point, but nope. Just, here you go, have some tomato seeds for hoeing some soil. Fantastic. And Actually Additions worms. Now, the Actually Additions worms are a fantastic way to increase the productivity of your garden if you've got the computer which won't be destroyed by them, as they are a somewhat the implementation of them graphically. Ooh, chili pepper seeds. You can get some really cool things by just hoeing up grass. Is a little bit wanting. You're going to want to be careful making use of the Actually Additions worms. If you have a bunch of them in the area and they are overlapping, you might end up with some significant graphical lag. Also, you don't really need them because you've got that totemic ritual, which will basically cause everything to regrow instantly multiple times over. So who cares, right? Yeah, I think that's all of the quick and easy, dirty, immediate progression options. Pound those down and... Oi, bad farmland. Thank you. Turn that back into path. And, yeah, I feel like we're in pretty good shape to start moving on. I should really get some tomato and chili pepper seeds planted because we can probably do some cool things with those. Tomatoes. We can't do a darn thing with tomatoes yet, but we can eat them, and they're 2% vegetable. How about the chili peppers? Once we have advanced alchemy, we can do cool stuff with those. Right. So, we'll work on that eventually. Huh. So what's next on our actual progression list? Well, the real goal here right now is to start prospecting with that weak dowsing rod. Let me make sure I've got what I need for that. I'm low on planks. Hello, horse. How are we doing on planks? We are still way ahead of ourselves on planks. And you know what? I'll just grab those sticks too, because I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. A little bit of slowdown there. It's getting mad at me for streaming and recording at the same time. Luckily, it's less mad now that we've got this up on the server. Alright, so dowsing rod. And because this needs a crafting station to make, and I'm pretty sure has a relatively low durability. Yeah, as you can see, nothing of interest up to 48. We're going to want to get ourselves a few of these made while we're still home. Let's make 5. 5's a good number, right? And we'll toss the extras in our backpack for now. And now it's time for more exploring. But not exploring new territory. Going back over territory that we've been to before. Because now that we have advanced in age, we are able to see things that we weren't able to see in the past. Let me just empty my inventory before we go. Don't take anything with me that I won't need along the way. You know what? I might have use of, like, some basic crafting supplies, so we'll make sure we stock up on the basics. Never know when you're going to need to repair something or make yourself something while you're out and about. Yeah, that should do. Stack of sticks, stack of cobble, stack of planks, some flint. Good, good, good. And we've got our sleeping mat so that we can make it daytime on an as-needed basis. Also, when you craft the dowsing rod from prospectors, you get the geolosis field manual, which gives you the basics on how to deal with your samples, clusters, your different stone variants, etc., etc. It's meant to add difficulty to mining, as it says, and the manual will walk you through most of it. So, feel free to read up on that, or feel free to keep watching. In the Abyssal Craft Darkland near our home, in fact, you can see the ruins of our original island that we attempted to build ourselves right there in the village across the way. We have found our first sample, an azurite sample. And if you were to check your geolysis manual, well, actually, you don't even need to. You can look right in here. You can see that tin is called cassiterite or teolite, and copper is malachite or azurite. Surface samples will unhide in already explored areas. Now that we've spotted a surface sample, what we need to do is douse around with our weak dowsing rod to try to find it. And it tells us that it can be located Y12 to Y45. So, if I remember correctly, there is a chunk boundary overlay that is available with F9 so that we can easily see the chunk of the sample, because somewhere within this chunk we will be able to find the vein, but it's going to be somewhere between Y12 and Y45. If you notice, you've also got the ability to make yourself a plumb line to discover your exact Y level. That is very useful for what we're doing right now. Oh, bolt of string and some rock. Right. It's a good thing I brought materials with me, huh? So let's see. Grab you, grab you, grab you. Hope that we have enough. Make ourselves a crafting table. And as long as we're at this, we want mobile crafting available to us quickly, easily, everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and grab a sign and make ourselves the Actually Additions crafting table on a stick. One of my favorite items in any mod. Now we have in-inventory crafting, just as easy as that. Gonna need a couple of spindles. Surround those with some string to make some bolts of string. And we're gonna need a rock, which I didn't actually bring any, but you know what? There's plenty on the ground nearby. Any rock that you can pick up with one click is a rock. Any rock you can't pick up with one click is a sample in disguise. There we go. Bibliocraft, plumb line, get. We are currently at Y64, and the dowsing rod, as explained in the advancements, can only... Actually, it doesn't explain, does it? No. Huh. It only works in a line that is 48 long. So if we douse from here, we're only going to see down to around 20, which is going to be quite good enough. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. We're going to mark where that sample was with 3 dark oak wood planks as a reminder. And I believe that this in the areas with the samples, it's always in the corners. Oh, hey, look at that. 2 more azurite samples. That you can find your copper. Or you can find the exact item that you're looking for. So we're going to need to do some excavation here in this chunk from the looks of it. Found azurite. There we go. Down at Y... Found azurite 4? Found azurite 7? Wonder if that means that there's 4 or 7 azurite on that line. I don't quite know which is what that means yet. But we've found azurite. Let's get to digging down and see if we can get our hands on it. You don't have to worry about cave-ins in this if you're used to, mod. That mod name with the thing. The, Terra Firma Craft. Yeah. 9, 7, 4. Okay. So we can go down in a bit of a spiral. This is slate from rustic. That's an issue. And we'll get to our azurite eventually, as long as we just continue on this spiral path downwards. You might want some light doing this. You've got a couple of options for that. Your best option among them is going to be your standard torch. Which you can now make using either an unlit fiber torch and either coal or charcoal, or with the crafting ingredients of an unlit fiber torch and some coal or charcoal. Apparently you can also turn these unfamiliar items that we do not have access to until stage 2 into them in some form of furnace. I'm gonna go and get my hands on some torches before we go any deeper, because I forgot that light level was going to be a big issue. As usual, I am recording this on live stream, and I have been warned more than once that it is a good idea to make sure that I have plenty of inventory space when we get over there to collect things, because there's going to be quite a lot of resources in each vein. So we're going to make ourselves a second backpack, actually, as it's pretty cheap and easy to do so. And what did I do wrong here? Chest, leather cordage. Oh, cordage, yeah. That is not twine, it is yew. Forgot. Full-on leather. And I don't know if we can use any chest for this, or if it has to be specifically the immersive craft chest. But I decided to make the immersive craft chest just to be safe. And we're going to color our mining backpack purple, because why not? The other thing you want to do is make sure you make those upgrades for your backpack. Yeah. Cheap and easy these days. We're going to need 2 of them, I believe. Oops. Need some blocks. Make 1, and then the other when we have our smooth stone on hand, which I believe is still in here. Yep. And I set up my cookers to work on making me more charcoal, and I think that'll make myself half a stack of smooth stone while I'm away too. Just step up here, toss it in there, and you're done. Now you just wait, and the grill or the kiln will take care of it. It's fantastic. It makes life so much easier. Alright, so stone upgrade. Bam. And then we upgrade first to... Oh yeah, that's right. You have to do the wooden upgrade twice. Memories. There we go. Tier 1. Tier 2. Now we've got a nice mining backpack that we'll be able to toss anything that we get out of the mine into. And an inventory full of junk. But what else is news, right? Alright, so sticks. Actually, this is what I need our plant twine for. Twine plus stick plus charcoal equals regular torches. And we've brought enough to make 2 stacks of those. I'm just going to make 1 now and save the materials for the rest, because who knows when we're going to need it. This is about all the time that we have for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. If you've liked the episode, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a thumbs down and tell me what you'd like to see me do better. Either way, you want to see more of this series, please click subscribe. I'm going to dig down to the vein between now and next episode, and next time we'll dig up the rest of the vein together and start making use of it. See you next time.